even Nigeria warned them, say, look, we know the fight of Boko Haram is still there on our neck. No go create another fight for us. You understand? That's why Buhari no buy. Hence, men, they are good at buying, and they go say nothing go happen. You know, so that is a mission. From Sokoto now, they want to conquer everywhere. Amayegu, it is too late. It's only the hard way, and I remain now. God bless you.
And you too.
God bless
your praise. Thank you so much.
Baba,
Let me take another one.
Finally, Baba, they invite you officially for our 30th May. Is around the corner, and everyone on Temple of Truth.
30 years.
I'm announcing it to Biafra Independent Day. It's going to be hell this year.
I have been attending now for quite some time, and indeed, anyway, we shall see.
God bless you, Baba.
That's Prince JJ Man. So I have another caller on the line. My caller, please hang in there for me for a second, though, please. So again, I am reminding us that as we are almost rounding up now, okay, we only have just about half an hour or so to go, okay. If you haven't really liked the broadcast, this may be your chance. Please use it, okay. And here is my caller. Hello.
My good general.
Yes, sir. Baba.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller, Super Mo.
Super Mo. I think I have seen that name in that other YouTube, especially, right? So,
yes.
As a first-time caller, this is how we welcome you. Baba, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. How is your family?
Well, we're surviving. Thank you so much for asking. Baba.
We thank God. I wanted to piggyback on what the first caller said about Kamakazi drone.
Yes, sir.
Kamakazi drones are made for as cheap as $300.
Really?
In Ukraine.
Wow.
They are supplied by Iran.
Oh.
They are designed specifically for one-time use. That is why it's so cheap. So all those successes that you see Ukraine making with drones is as a result of using the Kamakazi drones.
See.
So when Biden was giving him 60 million every week, you can buy it for as low as 300. It goes up all the way to 80,000.
Wow.
But then it depends on what you want.
So no wonder that my first caller said that it could be in the air for like hours before it's finally deployed.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and Prince JJ Man, you just drop off with Prince JJ Man now.
Yes.
The drones can be sighted. The only issue is that it can be seen very well. The only issue is they come in droves. So sometimes they can send 200, 300, 500. Now, no matter how the technology be, like in Israel where they have the dome, and other countries like America, 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 will penetrate.
So, will pass through.
Yes.
Right.
And when it penetrates, it can cause damage. So all the successes you hear say Zelensky they make is as a result of Kamakazi drones. That is why you see Houthis are using it as well, and everybody is. Just yesterday, or some days ago, Trump acknowledged, say, okay, Houthis, we want peace. Even though he didn't say it directly like that, but that's what he meant. Because they almost bombed a whole American carrier, USS Truman, that was fighting in that Red Sea region. And one thing now where I want to point out, we say, all this will not general. As I'm talking to you now, my papa says not general. Retired.
And thanks for your service. Because I mean, somebody like yourself, the way you speak, I
not even me. Now my papa be the general.
Oh, it's your dad, right? Okay,
great. I go in
somebody like that now. Talking about your old man, right? You can easily point out his record. They call it what they call that thing again? How many tour he's been to or something like that? You can easily tell.
In fact, he's in the Navy. He was in the Navy. He was a logistics officer. Let me keep it like that.
You get that? Okay. So fair enough. So, Nigerian generals, they know they fight anything. They just award the promotion to themselves.
I won't say they know they fight. I want to point you to somebody too. I want you watch her maybe at your free time, and then you can add it for us on the show tomorrow.
Okay.
There was just a mission. There was a mission. There was a man called Major General Ali Kefi.
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard that name before. He was the one talking about how Atahiru was killed and so on. A couple of days ago, he had an interview with Arise, and he was telling Charles on prime time. I was telling Charles how he was thrown out of the army, a major general now. What made him to be thrown out of the army? He was in charge of an operation called Operation Service Wide. Operation Service Wide, they successfully caught the real head of Boko Haram, as he said, that is not even a Nigerian, but is just around Nigeria. And 5 other people, so making them 6. He was talking directly to Boko Haram, as you call it, directly. Directly to him.
Like
after the arrest,
like and they were directly to Boko Haram, or is saying that direct? Okay, go on.
So no channel. He doesn't need to call the chief of army staff. That time, I believe it was this Yahaya or whatever his name was. Now, after the arrest, of course, you know the Nigerian army cannot prosecute.
That's right.
So, Attorney General was Attorney J. They are waiting for the
of Nigeria.
Yes. Next thing, he was invited. Military police invited him to their headquarters, and he went there. And what's the problem? They said because he used to be GOC of 1 division in Kaduna. So they said they made him GOC. They removed him as GOC. He did not hand over. And he was like, but the signal came at night. And I saw it on the 9th. I think it was August, if I'm not mistaken. I saw it on the 9th. So I handed over on the 10th. So because he's a major general, you know, say they no fear of handle him. So they told him to self-arrest himself. So he self-arrested himself. And then shortly after, 1 or 2, he was thrown out of the army.
Wow.
He's one of the few
under Boko Haram, Abi.
It was under Boko Haram. The reason why about some of these people is because a lot of them have been killed. It's only a few of this man. This man I'm talking to you about took an RPG round almost to his head, which shattered his eardrum, one of his eardrums.
Oh dear.
But then when you ask them in the army now, they'll tell you, oh, the man is mad. He has psychological problem. The girls he said
yes and that. Like they did to that lady that was sexually assaulted by one of those guys.
Exactly. So the reason why they hear about some of these generals, they're not even allowed to come out and talk.
No.
Let me point you to another man, which I think you have played this clip, is Commodore Olawumi.
Yes.
DIA, former DIA, retired. He was on channels a couple of years ago, also under Boko Haram. He said a lot of things to the extent that he was saying the thing that is left is that they should eliminate me.
Yes.
After the interview, DIA invited him, they spoke, he went there with Femi Falana as his lawyer, and the man is still working freely today. But a lot of them have been killed. That's the truth. So people like this man, we will come tell you, say, we have decimated I'm from Borno State, by the way.
Oh, bless you.
They have decimated, even though I grew up in Lagos, they have decimated Boko Haram. It's a lie. It's a lie. Let me give you a scenario where you go add one plus one, see whether it will give you 2. This same man, you remember when last 2 weeks or so, Giwa Barracks Armory was caught fire?
Yep.
Just a couple of days later, Boko Haram attacked another base somewhere.
Yeah.
And they attacked the armory and they carted away with all the armory.
A lot.
Yes. So let me just leave the scenario. Does that look like a swap?
Well, I mean, before now, right? When we used to, when we used to sort of like expose some of whatever was going on in this their military back then, if you remember. So all you have to do is just put some 1 and 2 together.
1 and 2 together, you get the answer.
Nigerian army is, no matter how we see them, right, today, Nigerian army was actually like a competent army before they decided to compromise them. It doesn't mean that they still don't have the capacity to crush these terrorists, but because they have been compromised from within. So what they have been doing was like, it's like they are sitting duck, Baba. It's like they will sit duck. The terrorists will come, shoot at them. Some of them will run. The terrorists will pack all the weapons they can pack, burn the rest of the place, and go away. And there will be no fight back, no nothing. Nigerian army.
Nothing. I'm from a long line of soldiers. My uncles are fought in Liberia, Sierra Leone. You know, by God's grace,
I can't imagine what some of them are just looking at and be like, is that the same army they were in? Like
there was the uncle of mine that used to there was the uncle of mine that used to live with us when Boko Haram started. I remember him very well with one of his friends.
Right.
They were fuming at the mouth because they just came back from Liberia.
Oh dear.
My uncle from Liberia, so he gets from Liberia.
That stuff, but no.
Yeah, all these people, they are all involved. Now, I want to play something here as a new caller, a first-time caller, but I don't watch you now.
You've been privileged enough. You've actually had enough stretch, but I love it. Go on, Baba.
Yes, I want to become. I'm not a. Let me not officially say I'm a security expert.
Okay.
But I want to assign myself to my General as your official security expert.
See, and from from the interaction we have had so far, I bet you are going to be an incredible, outstanding security advisor. So you should be on standby so that I
every
can
night.
even add you
I set alarm. This night, I set alarm to wake up and watch your show.
God bless you. Now, what you do for me is this, right? I'll be calling on you every now and then, the big Mo. Okay, I'll be like, Mo, where are you? Somebody is here, challenge, and once you call in, you can always shed light on them. So I appreciate that, Baba. Thank you so much.
No wahala, Baba.
Bless you. Stay safe now,
All right, Baba.
Give off. So that's a Mo there from Borno, but he's not calling from Borno, so I won't tell you where he's calling from. But of course, he is from Borno. Then we have the first lady in the house this evening, or is it this night? That is a charm.
Good evening, Michael.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine. I don't know if I can follow up with this, your callers. I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to all this military, kamakazi, this and that, and the other.
You know what? You know something, charm. You tell me that somehow you are not glued. Your eyes, your ears to what that person is saying when they started talking about all those weapons and all that. Those are military guys. Tell me you are not like, oh my God, right? Like imagine it and play what it is like in your head as you were saying it, like, okay, 100.
Let me tell you. 500. Let me tell you something, right? Yeah. I was listening to these guys and all I could think was, pardon my French, but we are fucked.
Tell me about it. You know, especially my first caller that spoke about the distance that their drone can actually cover. And I'm like, oh, they've covered all Nigeria now.
Oh my goodness.
Whenever they decided to just show us or give us sample, they can send drone to anywhere. Terrorists too. Terrorists too.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I'm listening to all these guys and I'm thinking, gosh, we are screwed. I'm not even sure. Like President Jajaman was saying, initially, I think Martin Nnamdi Kanu wanted to do it the easy way of, let's do the referendum, let's all agree to, what's the way forward with regards to this particular region, right? But listening to all of these guys talking about the weaponry and everything, I'm not sure we have that option anymore. It seems like President Jajaman is saying we're probably going to have to do it the hard way. So if people feel like they are not, that they don't want to put themselves out there, listen, we are getting to the point where we will have no choice. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because clearly calling on a government, a criminal government, to come and do the right thing, which is another thing that Prince Jejeman pointed out. People keep talking about, we're appealing to the government, like the soldier guy that you showed, he played his clip earlier on, talking about appealing to appealing to Bola Ahmed Tinubu to come and do the right thing. Think about your legacy and everything. I said, you're appealing to a criminal. He's not going to do anything, right? because a man is in authority, it doesn't mean that he has the capacity. That is a criminal right there, and that is a tool of the CIA right there. So whatever is playing out in Nigeria as it is exactly the way they want it to be for some reason. Remember, we were talking yesterday, and I was saying that I don't think it's just our resources that they want to take. They want to ensure that there is no cohesion across the continent, right? Because as long as there's no cohesion amongst the tribes and across the continent, right, we'll consistently be fighting each other whilst, they'll keep on getting the things that they want. Exactly. As opposed to if there's cohesion across the board, if we speak as one voice and as one people with the interest of Africans, like let's say Africans or Africans by Africans for Africans, and we use that kind of voice, right, with every external force who is not African, it will be very hard for them to, to do the kind of things that they got away with in the Sahel region. You talked about this yesterday when you talked about how they take the uranium, or I think the resources there, that is valued at X amount, and then exactly, and they give them a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the cost of the value of that thing, right? Leaving the people impoverished, and underdeveloped on purpose, right? Now, everything that we're seeing here with, everything that these guys have talked about, the military capability of this, what they call it, this Boko Haram, or these insurgents that we have in Nigeria, right? ASWAP and co. Listen, let us tell ourselves the truth, right? These people are not alone.
They are not.
They are not alone, and they are not working alone, and they do not have, even if they have the weaponry, they do not have the intelligence. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Let us be clear that the people who are behind them,
sophisticated weapons. See, today, right? I'll show you a video before you continue for the sake of this chat, okay, champ? See this video I'm about to show you, right? Is how the Islamists, they call them JIMN, right? They are like the ISWAP that we have in Nigeria and West Africa, okay? And in the last 2 weeks, the level of their coordinated attacks in some towns and cities in Burkina Faso, right, is unbelievable, right? The same way they've been attacking military bases, killing the military soldiers in Nigeria, they have been doing the same exactly in Burkina Faso. And then you are the mode of operation will tell you that, how did these ragtag terrorists able to acquire this kind of sophisticated weapon, this level of sophistry, right? Let me show you this, before we continue.
Allahu Akbar. Yabaga urji. Yabaga urji. Yabaga urji. Bongo. Bongo. Udino na. Bongo. Adadi. Bongo mana. Bongo. Aga bullo na. Min bullo. Ayo de ken wade udima. Mi joyo wonno fi be fulbe. Barki Allah. Wattu do joyma. Bongo. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allah wodi. Dadi hande ka on burta ke der jabaga dadi hande ka ha luya on burta ke der jabaga ay dur man ko farki wa ina ni balle burta ko kota ani dodoy he ani dodoy ni to kanjari ba dadi hande kanjari ango do sakide alhamdulillah.
Ragtag criminals.
Right? This is the ragtag people, criminals who are.
You saw there is actually a prison break. They took, they attacked the city, and then they went straight to the prison to free some of their colleagues locked up there. And it's been so coordinated that it's so, symmetrical, should I say, like it's like one after the other. And I mean, like you said, The weapons in
this is why I keep saying these people are not working alone.
They are not.
These people are not working alone. They definitely have, whether we want to tell ourselves the truth, they definitely have Western backers. And if it's not the West, as long as what they call it, Tinubu started this unholy relationship with France. Right. Bear in mind that France has been in the Sahel region. This is the same tactic that they employed in Burkina Faso and all of those and all of that particular Sahel region to keep them underdeveloped, to keep them busy with all of this, insurgents and everything. This is the same tactic that they are employing here in Nigeria, and it's unfortunate. That we have leadership or rulerships who are in power who do not have any interest, and like I said, it is part of their plan. Right now, people don't understand that the CIA, they don't do things. They play the long game, right? In that Tinubu was a plan from way back, right? He wasn't somebody that they just pick like in the last 10 years. This was a plan. This was a long game that they played a while back for this particular season, right? What they really want to see out of Africa, out of Nigeria, right? I'm still not clear. But as long as they keep us the way that we are, right, we're never going to move forward. And if we do not do the hard thing,